Hey, what kind of time do you call this? It's Tuesday afternoon and I'm game streaming. What's happening? Hi, everybody. I don't expect anybody to actually be watching this live because it is Tuesday afternoon, which is an unusual time for me to stream anything, and it is particularly unusual for me to stream game stuff. But this week I am on semi vacation. Hey, Puppet Chaos, nice to see you. So look, there is somebody here. Which is lovely. Thank you very much. But yeah, so I'm on semi vacation. I am doing some work for Operation Puppet, but it's all video stuff. The next episode of The Oracle's almost ready. And I also plan to do a lot of playing video games because that's what one does when one is on semi vacation. And my wife happens to be working remotely a lot this week, so I've got the office to myself during a weekday, which is a bit unusual. So I thought let's just stream some stuff. Not only are we streaming gaming, we're not streaming Warframe this time. Oh, my camera's weird again. It's always weird. There we go. That's a little bit better. Yeah, there are games that aren't Warframe. I know, weird, huh? But this is something I've been planning to do for a while, and finally the time is right. So let's just get over into the game itself here. The background of this might give it away. It is the Mr. FPGA. So if you don't know what an FPGA is, you're in for a treat because it stands for Field Programmable Gate Array, if I remember correctly. But what it basically is, it's a small computer, single board computer, but you can add more on. That's technical detail. But what you can do with them is via software you can emulate hardware, and so low power computers can emulate retro computers, retro game consoles, all that kind of thing. And the difference between this and running an emulator on a modern PC is that since this is emulating hardware and not software, you are running the original code. You don't have to put it through an abstraction layer to try and make it behave on modern hardware. This is the original code as it was written and is behaving as it would be behaving on original hardware. So this is as close to original hardware as you can get without actually having the original hardware, which is really cool. So a lot of retro games, particularly console games and stuff like that, like old Nintendos, Sega, they are very hardware dependent. The way that the game runs and the way that the game is rendered is hooked into how the hardware behaves and things like refresh rates and all that kind of stuff. So having the ability to emulate hardware rather than software is a big bonus for retro game enthusiasts. So that's really cool. But what we're doing today is, let me see if we can pop in here. No files. There we go. So yeah, these are all the things. So what you have when you so Mr. FPGA is a project. This happens to be Mr. Pi, which is Takudan's version of the Mr. And people write cores for it, and those are the things that will drive that tell the CPU how to program itself to emulate the hardware. So these are all different computer cores. Some stuff gets pre-configured, so that's what all these DOS games are. We're checking out a DOS game today because I am, for a very long time, a huge fan of Discworld and the work of Terry Pratchett, R.I.P. And I only briefly played the classic Discworld point-and-click adventure game back in the day, and it was well received, well thought of. I should have looked up what year this is. I'm probably going to have to get a wiki up because this is an old school point and click adventure game, in which case logic won't help you because the puzzles are just like random, why would you ever think to connect this and this? But it just did because that's how games work then. But yeah, so I looked at it a little bit, but I never really got into it, but it's quite the thing. I mean, Eric Idle is the voice of Rincewind in it. That's, and there's a lot of voice acting. Tony Robinson's in it, Rob Brydon's in it. There's a whole bunch of like really, really good voice cast in this. and the art's really fun. And this was like Terry Pratchett was very hesitant to sign off on something, particularly because he didn't write the story for this. He did write an adaptation of a few different Discworld stories. So if you know Discworld, you'll see a lot of story elements from different Discworld stories in this. But I never really played it much. So we're going to play it for real for the first time here on stream. And this is me learning along with you. So let's just get in here now. There's a lot of games. Don't worry, at some point we're going to be checking out quite a few of these, but we're going to start, here we are, with Discworld. So we hit this will load up the core and auto configure all the stuff. There we go. Look, it's a good old DOS menu. Lovely. And here we go. We're in it. We're running the game. So I've got a slight video processor on this. You can do this in Mr. FPGA, where you can add sort of screen effects to kind of make it a bit closer to what you would see on a CRT, which is, of course, how all this stuff was meant to be seen. That's what the original artist designed it on. I can actually illustrate that. Let me see if we can go here and go bonk. And then we can go over to video processing. Of course, now it's going to go into the credits, and you're really not going to see much. But this is the one that I've settled on for. It's the closest that you're going to get to the slight blurring and a little bit pixelization of a CRT without going too heavy-handed. I find people can really lean into the scanline thing, and it just looks like stripes. Like it doesn't. You're never going to completely get the feel of a CRT on a non-CRT screen. All this is trying to kind of blur it a little bit to just gently give the impression. But if we go here and we go, okay, boom. So this is what it looks like just coming out of the raw video signal, right? Which is fine, but it's really, really blocky and pixelated, and you can see that. So if we go back in here, go to video processing, I don't remember what I had. I had actually just tinkered with this and found one myself. So we can just load a preset and go. There are some that are core specific, and these are ones that people have already auto configured these to various cores. The one I went with, I think, was a display specific. I went for a Sony Trinitron, and then I dialed it back a little bit because that's a little too heavy, I think. So let's see. The gamma correction is probably good. Shadow mask. I want to get back to an image. I want to see. This is not necessarily helpful. Shadow mask. No, we want the shadow mask. We want one like a little bit, not too much. I'm just gonna. Oh, that's too blurry. That's pretty good. We just want a little kind of haziness on it, right? Just to kind of get to a little bit closer of what the original artists would have been working with. So we're seeing their art closer to what their intentions were. There we go. That's pretty good. I like that. All right. So let's just get into it here. I don't have the MIDI file add-on for this, so this is all just raw PCM or whatever it is.
In a second-hand set of dimensions. In an astral plane that was never meant to fly.
I have checked a little bit of this out just to make sure it all works, so I have seen this stuff before.
Somewhere in darkest Ankh-Morpork, a sinister plot is about to unfold.
Make sure you can hear that.
Dragon good, dragon good, dragon good, dragon good, dragon good, dragon good, dragon good.
I think they may be up to no good. I don't know about you.
Dragon good. Dragon good. Dragon good. Dragon, 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 good.
Dragon Goo, yep. Yes, indeed.
I'll see you again next week for my usual special.
Next week. Heavens. You only go to the pub once a week? That's unlike the average Ankh-Morpork citizen. Lovely.
Hey, what's where you going? See you soon.
Not exactly how I pictured death speaking, but you know.
Get off! Leave me alone! Damnation if you don't clear out, so help me, I'll... Oh, just bugger off! That's better. It's on nights like this I could just murder a good curry.
Ah, Discworld references.
Ah! Hands up. Who's there? Hands. Would you mind putting your hands up? Why? What's happening? It's a simple courtesy. I say, put your hands up. And you, put your hands up. What did you say? It's traditional. A well-established ritual of your actual mugger and victim relationship. You being a victim, and me being the aforementioned mugger. Now please, put your hands up. Hold on to you, what's the names? I haven't got all night, you know. Just do it, all right? Okay. I don't know what this town is coming to. A man can't even have a quiet drink in peace.
It's no, actually, it was a quite well-known studio at the time. It
That
was actually
wasn't too hard, was
published
it?
by Sony.
Now, if you'll just...
But it was also in the 90s.
Oh, bugger.
So, you know, this is what we used to have to this is it. This was video games. This is actually pretty elaborate for
Unseen
the time.
University, the home of the greatest wizards on the Discworld, and one or two of the worst.
So not only is
Now,
Twitch
listen
on the chat,
With
Twitch,
all these
Owncast, YouTube,
rumors
and
of a
PeerTube are
dragon,
all
but
being
sir,
displayed on
dragons
screen.
don't exist. At least, not unless people believe in them.
Social Stream Ninja
Quite,
is what
quite.
I'm running.
Nevertheless, with all these rumors of a dragon on the rampage, the Wizards of Unseen University must fulfill their civic responsibility. We must seek out this dragon and destroy it. Yes, but how? Who? Leave the how up to me. As for the who, well, I know of the ideal person. Why don't you go and fetch Rincewind for me?
Rincewind is not the ideal person. But we have to introduce the main character somehow.
Rincewind! Rincewind, wake up! The Arch-Chancellor wants to see you!
I'm not sure I ever pictured Rincewind with red hair, but you know, we'll go with it. All right, so here we go. It's your classic point-and-click adventure. We point at things and we click on them, and this is how we progress through the game. Now, the nice part is...
Who do you think you're poking? I'm a great wizard, I am. Turn you into a mindless, ugly toad.
Eric Idle.
Gosh, it worked.
All right, so there's the luggage. So I think the controls are not intuitive. I had to sort of click around a bit to figure out what was going on. But so if you left click, you go. You just go to the thing that you click on. Right click seems to be examine.
Unseen University. Thaumaturgy 101. Failed. Well, it's not little trinkets and paperwork that really count in life. I've got a really pointy hat. That's a start.
Oh, look, there's a shape.
Yes. A mysterious shape. A sinister shape. A shape fraught with shapeness. It must be a plot element. Otherwise, there'd be a better label.
That's pretty good. All right, I got two mice here. I got a mouse for my PC, and then I got the mouse that's connected to the Mister. I keep grabbing the wrong one. The luggage.
A snoring chest? That's novel. Well, I'll soon fix that.
There we go. A pouch. Who's your fantasy cast for Discord? Oh boy, I thought about this for years. Unfortunately, most of the people who I in my head had cast are like way too old to do it now. Arch Chancellor Rid Kelly, I always saw as Billy Connolly, who was of course way too old to do it now. He's still alive, right? Same as my fantasy football team, yeah. That's a really tough call. I don't know current actors, so who would do Rincewind? Like, I honestly, I have no clue. Like, Eric Idle is just stuck in my head for Rincewind now, even though who was it? David Jason was the Rincewind in the movie. Young Tim Roth would be a good patrician. Oh, well, okay. Charles Dance, who did the patrician in the Going Postal movie. He was so good as Vetinari that he literally changed my internal image of what Vetinari looked like. Yeah, the Moist Van Lipwig movie. Yeah, exactly. He was so bang on as Vetinari that even though Vetinari is supposed to have black hair and Charles Dance as red hair, it doesn't matter. Like, he's now in my head, that's the patrician. He was just so good. But yeah, I don't know modern actors, so I wouldn't know anybody to name who would still be living. You know what I mean? It's a good question. Max von Sydow was Conan the Barbarian. Yeah. All right, so
it's my money pouch, all right. Now, if I only had more of the fillings.
Mm-hmm. So if you double click it, then you pick it up, and if you right click,
that doesn't work.
No, okay, don't double click on Rincewind.
Get that off me! It tickles.
Anthony Hopkins or Ian McKellen to the Grim Reaper. Yeah.
That doesn't work. I am not a cartoon. I'm just dimensionally impaired. That doesn't work.
Okay. I don't know how to do anything with this.
I am not a cartoon. I'm just dimensionally impaired.
I just want to give it to Rincewind. I
That
know there's a
doesn't
way
work.
you can actually open your inventory, but I don't know how it is. There's only 2 clicks. Double right click.
No.
No.
Ugh! It's horrible. Hang on a minute. It's me. Rather handsome looking chap, isn't he?
can't see behind your logo or photo. We mean the black bars on the side, because this is the aspect ratio of the screen, right? It's not. Hang on. Right, there's nothing there, and there's literally nothing under the logo. It's a 4:3 aspect ratio, man. I'm not changing that. Come on, this is retro gaming. Put it in the luggage. Well, you have to wake up the luggage first.
I can't shift it.
No.
That doesn't work. That doesn't work. That doesn't work. That doesn't work.
Wow. Really?
Yes, it's definitely an open wardrobe. A fine example, if I may say so. Please, don't stare. I'm rather shy.
With the I key. Good point. No.
That doesn't work.
I did this before. This is the thing that kills me.
That
I
doesn't
wanted to
work.
make sure that it would all work.
Yes, it's definitely an open wardrobe. A fine example, if I may say so.
I'm actually going to have to look this
That
up.
doesn't work. Yes, it's definitely an open wardrobe. A fine example, if I may say so.
Single click. Huh? Yeah. So there. Single click, not double click. The one thing you didn't, really. Yeah. And you have to do it on the name, nowhere else. Good heavens. Yeah, welcome to 90s gaming, folks. Okay. So, I'm going to go over to the door. I'm going to left click on the name. Nothing happens. I right click on the name.
Aha! Portalis Exitus. Or the common doorway. See? I'm not a wizard for nothing, you know.
So that's examine, apparently. Right clicking on the name is examine the thing. Double left click this time. It's just random. It's just we got nothing. We don't know. Oh, I should preface this by saying, in my testing, this did crash a couple of times. That apparently is a known issue. Somebody had uploaded a new image that apparently solves the crashing issue, and that is the one we're using, and I was able to get past where I was consistently crashing. I don't know if this is going to crash again. I have no idea, so just beat on the post until something happens, Oops. Okay.
Aha!
No.
Portalis Exitus.
All I want you to do is
Or the common doorway.
walk,
See? I'm not a
Rincewind.
wizard for nothing, you know.
just okay. No. There we go. Heavens. This does look really good though. So it was actually around here that it crashed consistently for the first time. Until I found the fix. So there's a few places we can go here. Let's just go to the most obvious one, which is the dining room. Here we are. And the lecturer in recent runes. There better be quaffing happening. Oh, there's something happening. Alright, this is the Dean, the Bursar. That's got to be Wendell. Wendell Poons, who's doing something unusual. The Wizards know they're in a game, possibly. And the Senior Wrangler, who I don't know what's going on with the Senior Wrangler here. I mean, that looks more like Ponder Stibbins to me, but, Again, Terry was only tangentially associated with this game, so... Wendell Poons being antisocial, I know. Alright, let's see, can we examine?
An old wizard who grew a beard mostly because shaving cream costs tuppence a bag.
And if we double left click... Aha! So yeah, I remember, because this is just talk. This is be amusing. This is ask questions. This is be grumpy, I think. And then that's leave. So we'll just go with regular talk, I think.
Good day, sirs.
Is it? Huh, so you say. What with the bottom falling out of the tapioca market.
He's off again. Past the dried frog pills.
Laugh away, you old boy Valve. It's all this dragon business. That's what's doing it. Snatching tapioca out of the mouths of the deserving elderly.
Dragons. Dragons in the town. A likely story.
Swamp dragons, he means? No, a real dragon. Not one of those little marsh tiddlers.
Poppycock, there's no such thing. Dragons only exist if you believe in them. I don't believe in them, they don't believe in me. So we're both happy.
All right. Should we try and make a joke? I mean, we gotta go through this one by one, right? I wonder if we talk again, is there going to be different dialogue? Let's find out.
Good day, sirs.
Is it?
No.
So you say.
Okay, good. We can't skip it. So I don't exist. Well, you know. Do you?
Another busy day in the faculty, gentlemen?
We are cogitating.
I hope I heard that right, said in a knowing tone of voice, nudge, nudge.
Cogitating, my lad,
Oh,
is that
no,
process by
it's
which
a
the
Monty
wise
Python
make
reference.
space inside their minds for more ideas.
You make more space for ideas by sitting on your backside sipping a cup of milky tea.
Hit him. Hit him.
My boy, ideas are normally sold by volume, not by weight. It's best to let them settle so you can find more room in the top. We have wisdom and you do not. For instance, this is the action of a clever man.
Okay.
What's so clever about writing down the word monkey?
All right.
Wisdom, my lad, is never cheap.
Well, I didn't know you were selling it by the pound.
I can see why this game is well thought of. All right, so we should just go through these one by one. And then...
Excuse me, where might I go to find the patrician?
Well,
Don't be an idiot, boy. Just look for the palace.
Is he approachable? Can you actually speak to him?
oh yes. But he's a mean man with a word. Be careful if he uses sarcasm on you. And for heaven's sake, run for it if he resorts to irony.
I don't know if we should be grumpy. So far, they've been relatively helpful. What the heck, huh?
Does this place always have to be this way?
What way?
Well, this way. It's chaos. It's undisciplined. It's as if I'm thrashing about in a sea of questions, like I'm screaming out against soul-destroying winds.
Isn't that a mixed metaphor?
I mean, there are times when I dream about just shaking this place by the neck until it starts talking sense.
I have one like that too.
What, really?
Oh yes. In one magic moment I stride like an intellectual giant across the rooftops of the world, slicing through the Gordian what's-his-name of fuzzy thinking for all time. And then I have this other terrific dream, that I'm being smothered in fruity yogurt and sucked up inside a whale.
Thankfully, that's not my problem. So far, anyway. We can but hope.
See, I mean, Eric Idle recorded all these voice lines. We got to hear them all, you know. All right,
Right, you are then.
Jeez, that was a lot. We're not even starting out carcass. Oh dear.
Ah, a swamp dragon, if my eyes don't deceive me.
They're eating
I
swamp
thought
dragon?
these things were filled with explosive gas. All right.
Okay. Oh, food, which is different. And for some reason, if I hover over here, the word food. Okay.
Ah, let's see. Wildebeest baked in a poodle's eye sauce. Newt's liver pate with pickles and cream. Ex-senior wrangler legs in garlic butter. I do hope that door gives a clear run to the latrine.
His wife here. Yeah, really. Okay, I think that's it. Can we pick it up? What was pick up? Double left click? I want to pick up the food, not the dragon carcass.
That doesn't work.
No. Okay, fine. Let's talk to the dean. This is much slimmer than the Dean. I mean, the Dean went through a few iterations, right? There went through a few Deans, but
Yet another bearded old wizard.
okay, here we go. This is gonna take a while to get through this game. Leather Jacket Dean is the best Dean, yes.
So look, as an aged wizard, I mean, you know, as someone who's climbed to the very depths, is there any advice you feel you
Climbed
might
to
like
the
to
very
pass
depths.
on? I mean, a few words of guidance, perhaps to one who hopes to follow in your pointy footsteps.
Ah, yes. Well, young Fellow Wallpaper, well, I'd say that of all lessons in life, always learn to expect the unexpected.
But
Tony
if I
Robinson.
expect it,
It's
then it
Baldric.
isn't unexpected.
Eh?
Well, by definition, it can't be unexpected if it actually is expected.
Quite right, my boy. Well spotted. In which case, my advice to you is to always expect the expected. Is that clear?
I expect so.
I knew that Tony Robinson was in the voice cast. I didn't know who he played. I kind of assumed Nobby Knobs because you want to talk fantasy voice or fantasy casting in general. A young Tony Robinson like Baldric is Nobby. Like that's just obvious. I keep grabbing the wrong mouse. Okay, here we go.
So, your faculty heads, the giants of wizardry, this is it? This is as good as life gets?
Contemplating promotion?
No, I'm contemplating a change of career.
That's definitely out of character for Rincewind.
Listen, one thing I've always meant to ask, these dresses...
Yeah, Rob
we wear,
Brydon's in it as well.
Are they strictly necessary?
The robes, lad, are symbolic of our dedication. You see, this is not so much a calling, a profession, as a condition of mind. By wearing long robes, we imply a somnambulistic state, an attitude in which we walk dreamily through this world with our minds occupied by higher things.
Higher, like, say, as high as this hat.
Well, the hat, too. Its height employs loftiness of thoughts.
Or it might imply that we should have let our mothers keep on dressing us.
What's more, it keeps young whippersnappers like you from running off.
Eh?
Would you want to walk the streets looking like a refugee from a somewhat suspicious pencil factory?
Point taken.
In fact, I think Rob Brydon may be doing the Bursar.
Listen, one thing I've always meant to ask, these dresses we
Oh,
wear,
we just do this one. Never mind.
is this all you do all day? Just sit and make a public nuisance of yourself?
I'm reserving my powers.
What powers?
Well, for a start, I can read your mind.
Really? What you see?
Not much. You must have the big print version.
All right, that's it
Why,
for that.
Excuse me, I think there's someone calling me.
Now we'll talk to the Bursar, who I think might be Rob Brydon.
A bearded old wizard.
Okay, same thing.
So, you're the bursar. What does a bursar do exactly?
Well, it's a very important job. Accounts, expenditure, occasional bouts of irrationality, the assessment of grants.
Well, it sounds a bit, well, boring, doesn't it?
That's the job's main attraction, my surgical sock. These tenures are for life. So, since wizards are naturally extremely long-lived, that means the only way to get promoted is to assassinate your superiors. They've been popping off like mayflies around here for some seasons. Sometimes we've got, wait for it, more wazards than wizards.
They're in no danger from me. I never really thought about promotion.
Wazards, you see? Ha ha! Oh well, my post is safe though. Who wants to claw their way up to the top only to become an accountant in a silly hat? Mark my words, folding trouser press. Survival is all a matter of identifying your proper niche. Preferably a niche well removed from anything anyone else finds desirable.
Fair enough.
So you're the,
The Bursar.
oh, thank heavens. I'd hate to have forgotten the name of someone useful.
Which one's just mean?
Look, you're the bursar, aren't you?
That's right. I do the finances, books and things, and I'm quite totally insane, you know. Any calculations you need, I'm your giant frog.
But that's just accounting. Surely to hold a major position in a wizard's university, You must be able to perform magic. After all, that's what the place is all about.
Magic is all very well, young sink disposal unit, but mathematics is the more powerful art.
Oh, come on.
You don't believe me? Very well, Mr. So-called scented furniture polish. Care to watch while I make your grant disappear?
Got a point.
Right, well, don't be a stranger.
All
Cheers.
right. Here we go, Wendell. It is going to be a pixel hunt, I can tell. I didn't even, like, first time I sort of poked around with this, I didn't even realize you could click on the food and the carcass. It's two different things. All right, Wendell.
A very, very aged old wizard with a beard used mainly for collecting tobacco stains.
The carcass seems to have healed. You're right. I wonder when that happened. I'm gonna check the VOD, see what happened. At what point did it suddenly?
A very,
Oops.
very...
Yes.
Hey? A girl? What's a girl doing in here?
I'm not a girl.
Why are you wearing a dress?
It's a wizard's robe, not a dress.
I knew a girl's dress once. Splendid lass. Very good at pickling. Yes, very good at pickling eels, she was.
Somewhat dated humor here. Probably didn't do a lot of scrolling background with the exploded carcass, so once you plant it slightly, yeah, I'm sure 1 pixel away and suddenly. All right, here we go.
Well, I once knew a girl too, of course.
Of course. Oh, why are you of course? Young fellow like you ought to be out and about, exploring a world of adventure. Wine, women, and pickles.
Look, I am out and about.
Well, you can't be too good at it if you're already off course, young air freshener.
Look, no one's off course. I just used the phrase as a pleasantry, a manner of address. Pickling? Oh, how fascinating.
Pickled? Who's pickled?
No one's pickled. You started it. I don't even like pickles.
What? Oh, they were wonderful pickles. How dare you cast aspersions on damn, I've lost it. What were we talking about again?
Pickles?
What's pickled? What? What do you mean?
Well, the eels were pickled, weren't they?
What? Pickled elves? Damn their ears. I told them to lock that liquor cupboard. Go on, boy, get after them.
No, pickles, not pickled.
Pickles? Oh, try the kitchen. Get out. Stop wasting my time.
Yep, that's like talking to Wendell Poons, all right. This is one we just did. Okay.
So, what happened?
Nothing. Nothing happened. That's just the point. Now young twerps like you think they can come in here, ravish our women, and steal all our pickles.
Steal? Now do I look like a thief?
My stick. They all want my magic stick. So be off with you, you dastardly overcleaner.
that's
No,
a
look,
clue.
I don't want your wretched stick.
So it's the pickles you're after then, is it? You devilish young trouser. Well, I'm onto you, you know. I'm onto you, you young bookcase.
Now look, this is not the problem that I wanted to address.
So Wendell's obsessed with pickles. We should probably make a mental note of that.
Look, I just want to find somebody who can talk a little sense.
Sense? Perfumes? Oh, I'll not have it. No, sir, I won't. Dallying with womenfolk on the premises is against the rules. Otherwise, we'd all be doing it. Otherwise, we'd all be doing it. You young bathrobe, have you defrocked for this?
Look, I haven't done a thing, honestly.
What? Well, how can you be a man of the world if you never sampled the finer things in life? Women, wizard staves, pickles.
Well, if I go and do that, you said you defrocked me.
It won't do. It just won't do. Young tweezers like you coming in here and taking off their frocks, I won't stand for it. I will. This city is getting into a fine old pickle.
Oh, please don't get started on the pickles again.
Pickles? Well, don't eat pickles if you're wearing a dress. You'll stain the hem. Why are you wearing a dress?
All right. I think I'm done with that conversation.
This seems like a good cue to cease this whole silly conversation.
I agree. Yeah, hang on a second. I'm going to try something. Okay, good. That's what I wanted to happen. This is a game. This is another game. Okay, just making sure we've got progress saved. So, here's the senior wrangler, who seems to be asleep.
Would you believe he gets a full tenure for this? That doesn't work.
And you can't double-click him to talk to him. That's a gong.
You know, I've always wanted to ring one of these.
So, I'll bet you if you ring the gong, you wake up the senior wrangler. But how would you possibly ring the gong? You'd need, like, oh, I don't know, a stick or something. Use the video approving naming format. Save, final save, final save. No more changes, please. Final save. Yeah. Okay.
Long, wooden, clearly quite magical. Here! It's got a knob on the end.
So can we grab the stuff? No. He occasionally takes his hand off it. Okay, you can see it when he's about to. Oh, nope. Okay, never mind. So he keeps shooting. He keeps doing that. So if you can get him to do that and have it ricochet and hit the gong. He doesn't seem to want to do it in any other position, though. No. I think maybe we'll go exploring a little bit more. Maybe more of this will become apparent. I have a suspicion we haven't found nearly as many things as we need to find to make things go forward. Okay. Here's the kitchen. I bet you if we got Wendell some pickles, we could get his staff. Pickles or women, that seems to be the two things he's can't stop thinking about. Oh yeah. Plates, good.
Well, he's cooking food. I suppose that means we have to call him a cook. Excuse me, but could I ask you some questions?
Clear off! And no magic in the kitchen. One more spell goes off in this place, and I'm going to complain to the Arch-Chancellor.
That's definitely Tony Robinson.
Are you always this surly?
Not always. I even know a jolly joke.
Really?
Yes. What's ugly, hollow, and rings like a bell?
I don't know. What?
Look over there.
Did you get the number of that donkey cart?
Okay, so some of it's a reach.
Well, that's a fine skill to have. Your parents must be very proud of you.
Actually, I was going to become a wizard, but they found out my parents were married.
His music seems a little loud. I was going to become a wizard, but they found out my parents were married.
Fascinating. Don't any of your pancakes get lost?
What? From here? From my frying pan? You don't seem to realize the gravity of your accusation. 27 years I've been studying to be a cook's apprentice. I've got top marks for basic flipping left hand and right, and batter stirring, pan greasing, and pancake stacking.
Oh, how many did you get for customer relations?
2%. Clear off.
This is the worst kitchen I've ever seen.
It would be worse if there were worst.
What's worst?
It's a what's name? A sausage.
Worst sausage?
No, if you want the worst sausage, try Dibblers.
Oh, dear. So it's to be puns, is it?
Just watch the pancakes for a while. It's very soothing.
Hang on. Oops. Okay, good.
Oh, Well, I'll catch you later then.
I think. Oh, look, they do have subtitles. Wow. Okay, cool. That's incredibly forward thinking. Oh, I'm sure Dibbler's in the game. The one thing I do remember from looking at this before was Ponder Stibbins is in it, but he's completely different. He's like this burned out hippie guy instead of the nerd that he ended up being. Sound control. Here we go. Let's make that a bit less. There we are. Okay, so.
Ah, so it was ice cream for dinner yesterday, eh?
Well, the subtitles even show up over their heads. That's pretty good.
That doesn't work.
Okay. No. Right, yeah, exactly. I guess some people didn't have the ability to hear the voice work. Because they may not have had a CD-ROM. Nothing we can do there for the moment. I mean, we're supposed to be going to see the Arch Chancellor. We should focus on at least like what the game wants us to do. Statue.
Oh. Well, this one's not a statue. I think this one used to be a frog out in the garden. Ah, well, he never should have asked to be turned into a handsome plinth.
Oh, it's the library and a closet. All right. Should probably go to the library. Yep, that's the library.
Sex Magic, the book of the 32 unspeakable acts, with a compendium containing several speakable ones, and 6 more that everyone involved would rather forget about. No wonder it's on ice.
Ah, okay.
Ah. Let's not press this curiosity thing too far then, shall we?
No.
Ah.
Yeah. Can I grab this?
That doesn't work.
No. That would be a no. All right. Well, let's deal with the librarian. Oh, and desk.
That doesn't work.
Can't open the desk.
Must come in handy, stacked with all the latest monkey accessories.
Uh-huh. Correct response.
Did you get the number of that donkey cot?
I have a feeling we're going to be hearing that joke a lot.
Actually, on close examination, this would seem to be some sort of subtropical arboreal ape.
A magical accident in the library turned the
It's too
librarian
flower.
into an orangutan. He has since resisted all efforts to turn him back, much preferring the handy long arms, the prehensile toes, and the right to scratch himself in public.
There's a little exposition lore stuff there, just for the people who weren't familiar with Discworld at the time. All right. How having 2 flowers play things was great. You know, and he sounds like David Attenborough as well, right? So.
Hello? Egat. You're not in charge here, are you?
Rincewind doesn't
I
know
see.
the
Well, that
librarian.
explains the filing system. Look, I don't know if you're quite the person that I want to see. Yeah, well, it's hard to explain, really. Yeah, ook, eek, ook. Well, this is wonderful. I never knew I could speak monkey.
Yeah, well, so Terry Pratchett
get the
did
number of
actually
that donkey
write
cock?
the kind of outline for this. It's taken from a whole bunch of Discworld novels. Like the opening is the opening of Guards, right, where they summon the dragon. But they were walking a very fine line because, of course, they had to make it kind of accessible to people who didn't know Discworld already, right? Okay, we did that one.
Hi. Do you mind if I monkey about in the library for a while?
Oh, Rincewind.
Did you get the number of that donkey cot?
Yep. That's the fourth time we've heard that joke.
May I take a book from the library, please?
Woo, woo,
Excuse me?
woo, 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 wee,
I see. I need something in order to take out a book.
woo, woo,
Toothpaste? Fingers? Gloves? Something in your hand?
woo.
A dentist? Halitosis? You want some mouthwash? That's it. You want some mouthwash. Ooh, I'm sorry, but I'm already spoken for. Oh! A library card! Why didn't you say so in the first place? What happens if I just barge in without giving you a library card? Yes. Now look, unfortunately, I don't have one ape.
Woo,
Ape upon my person. Yes, upon my person. Phew. I didn't say monkey. Did you get the number of that donkey cot?
Yep. Here we go.
Hey! Whose monkey is this? Did you get the number of that donkey cot?
They gotta make the most out of the number of sectors that they have on the disc, right? So, you know. A lot of donkey cards.
This
you
seems
know?
like a good cue to cease this whole silly conversation.
I concur. Okay. Into the stacks. Alright, another book.
Ye illustrious tome of levitation.
Did we miss a voice line?
That doesn't work.
Can't grab it. Bookshelf.
Oh dear, there's little pamphlets living in it. That doesn't work.
Can't do anything with the bookshelf. Seems to be a lot of electricity. Oh, a sleazy guy in the library. This is definitely going to go well. I'm sure there's quite a lot of dated humor in this, FYI. I haven't betted any of this, so...
Hey, buddy,
Who, me?
have you ever thought about the advantages of owning land on the Fremenwanger Peninsula?
Isn't that all underwater?
That's just its advantage, friend. Think of it. A seaside retreat where the sea can actually be the one total dominating element of the view.
Okay, we're going to talk to the sleazy guy, apparently, who's just hanging out in the library.
Gosh, yes. Let me take advantage of this once-in-a-lifetime offer.
What, really?
Nah, only kidding. I just want it to be as pleasant as possible as a sort of aid to conversation.
Oh, but that's cruel. It's building up my hopes only to dash me down. You know, being a confidence trickster is a hard job.
Well, perhaps you need a holiday.
Right, but where to? Where to? Not a lot of peace at resorts these days.
I hear the Fremenwanger Peninsula is fairly quiet.
So it's definitely Rob Brydon doing the voice, and it's you could always tell when it's a Brit doing an American accent. There's just that little bit of it's not quite there.
Why don't your lips sync with your words?
L space. The library is a nexus of L space. Within these shelves, all possible pasts and futures can be found. Frankly, it's making me feel a bit ill.
What's that under your coat?
Hourglasses. Care to buy an hourglass?
Where did you get all of those?
Fell off the back of a donkey cart, sir.
Okay, so the sleazy guy's got hourglasses for some reason. Was that question? I think it was question.
You are an extremely silly man.
Hey, I'm not the one wearing a dress.
Yep, dated humor.
Right, well, don't be a stranger. Cheers.
All right, so there seems to be some electricity, or is that just like random magic flying around? Let's see, because we'll try walking over here and see what happens. Well, seems to be okay. Doesn't seem to be anywhere we can actually go. That seems to be it for this. All right, well, uh-oh. Oh no. Oh no, it crashed. Oh boy, oh boy. Yep, I was afraid of this. All right, let's try rebooting, see what happens. That's the 90s where, yeah, really, we hadn't saved in a while either. Right. They release Dave off. No kidding. Why is this? This isn't even like Mr. Pi isn't even rebooting. I may have to like power it down. Or just switch the inputs. Maybe it switched inputs. No, it should be good. Sorry, forgive me. I need to sort out what's going on here. This may be an early stream. Oh, okay, there we go. We're back. Ish. Come on, Bluetooth. There we are. Okay. Well, let's go and find out. Of course, the question is, like, do we have to go through all that again? Because we at least know this stuff that they said, and nothing progressed, so maybe we can just carry on. Maybe that's what we'll do. We'll load up our save, and we'll just do something different then, and then save there. Yeah, that seems sensible. At least better for the stream. That's a problem, that crash right there. I think if you hit right on the keyboard, oh, it jumps into the first letter in the title. I did not know that. I don't know a lot of the keyboard shortcuts. I just learned the one to do this to bring that up. Because otherwise I was like using the controller to, you know, do stuff. It was weird. Yeah. Okay, I know for a fact I got all the way there so we can load a game. Load, this is another game. Yes, the on-screen display is an important key. Okay, we're back here. So I don't remember if we had already talked to Windows. I don't care. It doesn't matter. We're gonna. I'll go through off stream. I'll go through all that dialogue again to make sure we're caught up to that point. We're already an hour in. We've barely started. So. Okay, wait. What's that? Okay, that's the library. I'm wary to go in there because that also crashed on me before in a different spot. So let's avoid the library for now. Closet. Let's go into the closet. Okay. Shelves in the dark. Broom.
That doesn't work.
No.
That doesn't work.
I thought it was double click. Okay, I've still got the broom.
That doesn't work.
No.
Please, don't stare.
Oh no, it's single
I'm rather
click.
shy.
Right. Oops, wrong one. Rincewind, single click. There we go. Okay, I put the broom in Rincewind's inventory successfully. We just won the game. Let me... I'm going to take a chance and just save over the other one, which seems foolish now that I think about it, but oh well. This is another game.
Ha! Ha ha! Yes, now, don't rush me. Ow! Yes, thought so. They're shelves. That doesn't work.
Do anything with them? No. And it's dark. I bet you we have to find a way to put the light on. All right. Well, we got a broom. I'm calling that progress. Does that mean we're going to meet one of the witches? So we're supposed to go see the Arch-Chancellor, and I think that's the exit, so we're not going near the library. We've already been over here where the kitchens are. I mean, obviously the Arch-Chancellor should be up. Can we go over here? We can go over here. We can also examine the statue.
Yes, well, art criticism was never a strong point of the University Trust.
I think the music is up again, isn't it? Yeah. And there. Oh no! Okay. Let's not turn on subtitles, I'm very sorry to say, because that seems to cause a problem. Here we go again. Okay, it's on input 3. I gotta remember which input it was in. I think that's my switcher is auto switching to a different input. There we go. Okay. So no subtitles. God save, really. I knew this was gonna happen. Oh well. I wonder if it was crashy back in the day too. Back before game patches existed. I can almost guarantee it was crashing back in the day, yeah. Okay. There we go. I'm going to do this first. Then load the game. Was that Kirby main screen art? Yes, it was. Okay, we're back here. We've got the broom. We will leave, and we will not turn on subtitles. I try to be as accessibility conscious as I can be, but in this case, we have to make an exception, I'm afraid. Thank goodness for auto closed caption on YouTube and PeerTube. Ah, the Arch-Chancellor's room. Okay. I'm almost tempted to save here. I wish it was. Maybe there is a hotkey for save and I don't know what it is. Or maybe there's a quick save. I'll have to look that up. All right.
Ah, if it isn't young Breakwind.
Rincewind, sir.
Rincewind, quite. Come in. We need to talk. That is, I need to talk, and you listen. No doubt you've been hearing all sorts of rumors about this dragon that supposedly is terrorizing the town.
Dragon, as in the classic fire-breathing, city-toasting...
Shut up! Yes, pretty much. Scaly, vein, like shiny objects, that species of kidney. And what we need to do is to ensure that the Unseen University is properly represented in the attempt to dispose of it. If some yokel simply slays the wretched thing without our help, the people will begin to ask just what wizards are for.
Actually, sir, what are wizards for?
Wizards are firmly behind big dinners. And if you want to keep on eating yours, you'll go and see about this dragon.
Surely, sir, dragons don't logically exist.
Shut up! Dragons exist if you believe in them.
And the average man in the street does believe in them. Or at least believes in them enough to give us big rewards if they think we've gotten rid of the thing. Do you follow me?
Not really.
Shut up! Not interested in excuses. Too much sloppy thinking around here. Run down to the library and fetch me a copy of Featherwinkle's concise compendium of dragons' lairs.
Oh, no.
Once we've read that, we'll know how to track the scaly blighter down. You still here? Standing around like something unhygienic? Do it now!
Okay, so that's kind of a reference to Red Cully. Although it's just the Arch-Chancellor. 2 words. Weird. Save. Save, Kevin. Save. This is a 3rd game. No hotkeys for saving. Oh no. Just pull. Okay, thank you though for getting that out because I may have questions. Let's examine the Arch-Chancellor. We have to go into the library. I'm wary about that. Is there anything over here? No? Okay. Oh, desk.
Ah, now, with a desk like that, a man can really defer some serious questions. As far as leaders go,
Oh.
the only reason I'd follow him into battle is out of curiosity.
There was a moment of subtitle on the screen. I don't know what's going on there.
Golden thingamies. It must be good to be the Arch-Chancellor.
1 sec. Oh, Jamie had just linked the Discord menu. Thank you. Okay. So the Arch Chancellor has like golden thingamies. We probably need to remember that too. So many things to remember. This game is not age friendly. Oh, so he wants us to go into the library and grab the book on dragons. Okay. I'm nervous, but let's try it. Oh, great. It's doing it alphabetically, like, and I'm very smart. Okay, there we go. Oof. Do you have enough monitors to pull the manual? Yes, I do, in fact, have enough monitors to do that. So that's the sex magic book. We don't want that. Should we talk to the librarian?
Actually, on close examination...
Oh, yes, yes. Okay. What was it? Left click? Single left click? No. Double left click. Double left click to talk to them, but single left click to open an inventory on them. Oh, this is new.
Excuse me, my dear sir. Could you get me a tome called Featherwinkle's Concise Compendium of Dragon's Lairs? I see. Yes. Yes, I suppose so. Mm-hmm. Quite. Look, is there someone else here that I can speak to? Well, you know, someone who isn't a monkey. Ow! No, I'll come back and get a book later. Yes, I've given up. No, not gibbon, monkey. Ape! Oh, damn! Ow!
Okay, good. I was gonna say, you can't say monkey in front of
Did you get the number of that donkey
the
cart?
librarian and not suffer the consequences. So that got us nowhere, really.
This seems like a good cue to cease this whole silly conversation.
I wonder if that's the book we want.
Ah. Let's not press this curiosity thing too far then, shall we?
All right.
Oh dear, there's little pamphlets living in it.
There's a sleazy guy again. Nothing new. So we didn't really come to a conclusion there. You know what? Maybe we missed something because I was talking. Let me just run through that dialogue again.
Excuse me, my dear sir. Could you get me a tome called Featherwinkle's Concise Compendium of Dragon's Lairs? I see. Yes. Yes, I suppose so. Mm-hmm. Quite. Look, is there someone else here that I can speak to? Well, you know, someone who isn't a monkey. Ow! No, I'll come back and get a book later. Yes, I've given up. No, not gibbon, monkey. Ape! Oh, damn! Ow!
Donkey
Did you
cart
get
joke.
the number of that donkey cart?
Okay, so
This seems like a good cue to cease this whole silly
so
conversation.
no, it was just a dead end. Okay. Well, I guess now that we've got we've got the broom as well. I wonder. Oh, hang on. I'm thinking use the broom to poke the book. I don't know. This is how adventure games work, right? Single click to open the inventory. There we go. Okay. No. No.
Ah. Let's not press... Sex magic. And 6... No wonder it's on...
Okay. I don't think the broom is useful here. Let's put the broom back. Maybe we could do something in here with the broom. Also, let's save the game. But you replace Windlepoon's. Oh, you know what? Yeah, you're right. Okay, but first, let's start numbering these. All right, so we're gonna single click on Rincewind, pick up the broom.
Long.
No, sorry, that was. Oops, no. Good heavens.
Try again later. Or earlier.
Well, that was new at least.
That doesn't work. You know, I've always wanted to...
No. Okay, so the right click thing is definitely just examine. No. Nope. All right. Well, I guess we'll leave. Maybe something outside will help. So we got the broom, we got some gold. Main door, okay. It'll be an annoyingly timed event. Ooh, you may be right. That's quite the animation. An apprentice wizard with a bag.
What's this then? Prunes? Finest quality? Extra dark old bowel buster? Yuck! Good grief! I thought the apprentices were all kept tied to stakes. How do you open the gate?
I used the secret spell.
All right then. How do I open a gate?
Can't tell you. You're supposed to go and see the Arch-Chancellor.
Oh, go on, just open the gate.
Oh, it's more than my job's worth, mate.
Well, I've seen the Arch-Chancellor Lillipond.
Actually, it's been a while since I had a bath. That doesn't work.
Okay. Can I bribe you with gold?
Good grief! That doesn't work.
No.
That doesn't work.
No. Okay. There's nothing else there. No? Okay. Fine. 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 So we can't leave. So whatever happens next has to happen in here. I think Jamie may be right about the annoyingly timed broom event. Or there's something about the pancake. You have to like grab it before, like when he flings it with the broom or so. I don't know. I'm guessing. I'm bad at this.
Here.
Wrong one.
Try again later. Try again later.
No.
That doesn't.
Aha! I think we've hit our first impasse. Let's poke the senior wrangler with a broom.
That doesn't work.
Nope.
You know,
You want the broom? Do you want the broom? Who wants the broom?
A bearded... That doesn't... That doesn't work.
Yeah, I think you're probably right, Jamie. All right, so he's gotta wait till he's reaching for a pickle. And if I'm standing right in front of him...
Try again later. Or earlier.
Oops.
That doesn't... Try again later. Or earlier. That doesn't work. Try again later.
Good heavens.
Try again later. Or earlier. Try again later.
I think there's something about
Try again later.
the fact that when he like does the blowpipe thing, whatever that is. I think you got to get it to ricochet onto the... Hey, Hamish, how you doing? I played it more or less on the Saturn release. You know, maybe, Hamish, you could remember what you do with the broom early on. Because I don't know. I really shouldn't pull a guide up for moments like this. All right, well...
That doesn't work. That doesn't
Oops.
That doesn't
Yes, I really want to know. We're stuck and I'm streaming. This is good. Let's just get past this. This is my goal for this stream, is to just get past it. You poke the... Oh, of course. Of course. I should have thought of that. That's obvious now that you think about it. We were so obsessed with getting Windlepoons' staff. You see? Adventure games teach you to think flexibly, but also obviously. Alright, let's poke the luggage. I bet you we've got some leeway. We've got the luggage with us. Why is Rincewind's room on the top floor and the Arch-Chancellor's is not? Seems wrong. Okay, broom. There we go. Nice to see some new animations for a change. They teach you to eat every sandwich. They don't end up getting hitchhikered, you know? You're right. Okay. So, oh, look, the luggage has got a banana in it. All right. Now we're on to something. So you give the banana to the librarian, obviously. Please, oops. Please be that obvious. I'm going to save again because this has already crashed a couple of times. So let's be safe. To game. Oops. Wrong. What am I doing? There we go. Boy, who could want a banana? I know, really. It means we gotta go to the library again. The library makes me nervous because that's where it crashed. All right, let's go. You know what? It's just nice to spend time in Discworld. It just is. This is home. Okay, luggage. Let's, So it's right click to use the thing on the thing.
On close examination,
No, it's
this
not. No. Thank you, Two Flower. No. There we go.
Excuse me, my dear sir. Could you get me a tome called Featherwinkle's Concise Compendium of Dragon's Lairs?
All right. It's got to be some kind of copyright violation. Thank goodness. So now we can go talk to the... Look, it's all popping off now. We got it. Thank you. Saving again. Because I'm nervous. Wait, what happened to our... never mind. Doesn't matter. We're just save. Doesn't matter. The saves seem to be fine at least. The Archangel Slytherin was this way, right? Yes. All right.
Excellent. Good lad, Breakwind.
Rincewind, sir.
Ah, we now have the formula to construct Reclamento's never-failing Dragon's Lair revealer. With the device in our hands, we'll be able to track the creature and trap it like a wildebeest.
You mean like a rat, sir?
Really? Well, could be. That'd be easier, certainly. You've got a good firm grasp of facts. I like that in a wizard. Go forth and fetch the elements we need to construct this device.
All right.
I'll see that your performance is brought to the attention of the university board when we review your grant next year. We may only halve it, for example.
Sir, have I ever told you of my ambition to be a yak?
It can be arranged, Rincewind. Just ask the librarian. Now, gonna move on. We need a staff of tumultuous termaturgy, a spiral of never-failing induction, a miniature creature of excitable chitters, and a container made of the strongest ferrous metal.
Oh, is that all?
A sample of breath from the subject in question is necessary.
Dragon's breath?
Yes. Any problems with that? No? Good. Well, don't just stand there. Off you go.
So there's no journal, obviously. So you would just have to remember all this stuff. I'm glad I'm streaming it because I can go back and watch the VOD or just read a guide. Because I'm not going to remember all that. Yeah, let's put this in the luggage. That's what the luggage is for, after all. I'm not trusting the luggage with my money, though. Okay. Well, that's the closet. We don't want that. Maybe we can leave now. Also, we should save. I keep hitting escape, but it's not escape. It's F1. Sure. Trying to remember what I called it instead of trying to be clever. And failing, am I right? The animation right there is still really something. We had to save on pixels. Okay. He said I could leave. I guess we're going to talk to... not Ponder Stiggins here.
How do you open the gate?
They've changed the wasp names. The hand wriggles. It's a whole new spell.
So show me the new spell.
Can't. The spell's a secret.
Nice weather.
Since classes in wind whistling, rainmaking and lightning throwing are all scheduled for today, I think that's being a wee bit premature.
So, this is it? You just stand here all day getting a wage for eating prunes?
Certainly, someone's got to do it. It's a plum job.
Ugh. Also, not standing.
The hand wriggles, please.
Yeah, right. Look, you just wiggle 'em like this.
Like this.
It's weird when you don't have the budget for like a lot of sound effects.
Yes, almost. Now try it like that.
Like this.
Right you are, son. Now, if you'll excuse me, I think I'd like a nice lie down.
But what about the gate? Aren't you going to guard it?
Oh, who gives 'em monkeys?
Ah, running gag. Donkey cart joke.
Did you get the number of that donkey cart?
At least they're making a joke of that. That's good.
What's that you're eating then?
Prunes. Just a little nourishment to tide me through till lunchtime.
Can I have one before I go?
Having one before you go is the whole point of prunes. And no, you can't.
Well, I'll catch you later then.
Oh, and now we have a frog.
Another senior wrangler in the making.
And now we have a frog. Let me get to the luggage here, please. I want to put the frog in the luggage. As you do. Hey! You know... All right. Oh, boy. It's the River Ankh. Park. So we can go to the park. We can go for all the way from Unseen University to a park. Oh, that's the game. Oh, I see. Dragon. Oh, okay. Yeah, that seems bad. Oh, square. Palace. Oh, the shades. Okay, we can go to a few places. So we got to find all of those things that we can't remember. I don't know. We'll start anywhere. Square. And the game really invented the shades, yeah. Old timers.
Aha! Crocus gitus, or the common old garden boring old codger.
Is he one?
One what?
One of them, you know.
What? With a whip?
Yes. He's one of them.
Probably. He's wearing a hat.
Well, I'm not standing for it. Young man, are you one of them?
Look, I'm not exactly sure what you...
Yes or no?
Oh, all right. Yes, then.
Oh, funny. He doesn't walk like one.
It's hard to tell in that dress.
Ah, I think I can see how this is going. It's a case of humorous misunderstanding, yes?
Sorry? What's that?
I'm not going to fall for it.
I shouldn't think so. In that dress.
You see, you're just taking perfectly ordinary remarks and trying to make some kind of joke out of them.
Oh, come on. There's not much to laugh at in our job.
I can see that.
We need a bit of fun.
This might not be much, but it's better than being up to your knees in blood.
What are your jobs?
Oh, we're heroes, mate.
You? That make me laugh.
Wait,
You
is
just
this the
said we
Silver Horde?
didn't.
I mean, you? Killing dragons?
Oh, we've killed dozens of them in our day, and if you think you're a hero too, you'll want to find the dragon. So off you go. No point wasting any time. You didn't see me wasting any time when I took out the dreaded Temple of Offla.
Okay.
One of them? Well, it depends who's asking.
Who? Why, it's us, the rootinest, tootinest, shootinest.
Hats and whips.
And gold.
Inside temples.
What? Missionaries?
No, the other ones. Nasty natives with spiders and snakes. Ugh, yuck. So you mark my words.
Look, I think you should probably all just start again.
You listen up, young fellow.
Please don't start
We're
again.
all legendary heroes here.
It is a Silver
So
Horde.
keep your ears open and you might learn a thing or two.
He's a proto Silver Horde.
Incidentally, on a point of detail, we only root and shoot. We never toot. Well, hardly ever.
These are the jokes, folks.
Eh?
It's all depending on his destiny. I'm the kind of man that went out and made his own destiny.
What out of? Wood?
Come again?
Well, you carve a destiny, don't you?
Could be made of ivory.
Can't get the elephants these days.
How's about iron? Then you could forge a mighty destiny.
Too heavy. It has to be wood.
What?
There we are, young man. Your destiny should be made of wood. Don't go to the desert, though. It'll get termites,
Yep.
and then you'll have a holy
Yep.
destiny. Have to struggle a bit for that one, sorry.
Most certainly not. I've never been one of them.
He doesn't look like one of them.
He's wearing a dress. It's the best way to tell.
Very dated humor.
Well, if you'll just excuse me, I think I hear destiny.
Definitely don't hear Destiny. Oh, notices.
Lost. Small dog. Answers to the name of Gaspode. Talks too much. If found, keep.
I often wondered how Gaspode is supposed to be pronounced. At least, that's how Eric Idle pronounced it.
Wanted for arson. Suspect approximately 3 tons, 200 feet long, scaly. Wanted dead. Definitely dead. Reasonable reward. Counterwise wine tasting at Bear Huggers Wineries. Please bring bucket to winery the day before you arrive.
All right. Anything else? Oh, there's Dibbler. That's got to be Dibbler. That's Dibbler.
I'm sure I've seen him round the place before. I wonder if he was the one who tried to sell me shares in that left-handed shoelace factory.
Dragon detector, sir?
Oh, okay. It's Tony Robinson doing Dibbler.
Hey, what?
Can I interest you in a dragon detector,
Yeah,
sir?
definitely.
I'll only charge you cost price, a single shilling. I'm cutting my own throat.
A dragon detector? How does it work?
Easy as pie, sir. This rod has a piece of wood tied to the end. When you get close to a dragon, the wood turns to ash.
How close?
Very well, you caught me there, Governor. A slight design flaw. Tell you what, I'll halve the price. 2 shillings and it's yours. I'm cutting my own throat.
Oh no, let me guess. The lovable street merchant.
Cut me own throat, Dibbler, at your service, sir. Care to buy a dragon breath proof vest, sir?
Is it guaranteed?
It's never been destroyed by dragon's breath yet, sir.
Not necessarily a strong recommendation though, is it? I mean, it's never been engulfed by lava or trampled by penguins either.
There you are, sir. Free guarantees for the price of one.
No, thank you.
Well, how's about dragon pinwheels, sir? Cloisson pins, flags, or we have dragon repellent. Only 1 shilling gets you a bottle. Tell you what, sir, I shouldn't be doing this. I'm cutting my own throat. Money back guarantee. You get your full cash back if, in fact, the dragon eats you. Personal application only, of course.
Not today, thank you. Not tomorrow either. What's that smell? It's like... Ugh, like roasting loincloths.
Sausage in a bun, sir. Wholesome and nutritious. I'll tell you what, I'll sell 3 for the price of 1. A single penny. I'm cutting my own throat.
Nah, thank you.
Yeah. He's a good dibbler.
Care to buy it?
No,
But you never even heard my pitch.
I thought I'd save time.
We can go back and try it from the top if you'd like, sir.
Well, excuse me, I think there's someone calling me.
All right, well, we know that Dibbler's got sausages in a bun. I'm sure that will come up later. The stall. Oh, and tomatoes. And there's that mouse that keeps looping their animation. Ah. So we now have a tomato and a frog.
Rotten produce. Well, there's something to be said for truth in advertising.
All right. Oh, shingle. Let's look at the shingle.
The art of signposting is apparently long, long dead.
Oh, wait, that's the retrophrenologist. Yep.
Shut up, sit down, no talking. If you're mad, you don't want to run around infecting everybody else.
This word you cannot stand. Tell me how it makes you feel. Yes. Yes, I see. A case of latent aggression, no doubt. Now, I want you to relax and tell me about your innermost feelings. When I say the word in question. That's it, that's it. Now, here we go. Monkey.
Oh, I see. It's not the troll talking. His mouth was moving. I assumed it was the troll talking. No. Magazine.
Vague, Trolls Weekly, Hovel Beautiful, Popular Siege Engineering. I hate waiting room magazines. Diploma, honours pass, cut me own throat, Dibbler's correspondence schools, psychiatrickery, grade 1. Well, at least local mental health is in good hands. Yes, probably as good a place for him as any.
Yibble, egg.
I'm sorry?
The eyes, the awful knowing eyes.
What's happened to you?
I couldn't take it. Thumping, not thumping, my brain's gone potty. Ah! Get them off me. They're all green.
This should be good.
Excuse me, I seem to be in the wrong conversation. Yes, look, let's not pursue that, shall we?
It's very delicate, you know.
How do you change voices like that?
Change it like what?
You did it just then.
It's called bucketing.
Channeling?
No, bucketing. It's like channeling, only it doesn't drain away afterwards. It all just sort of sloshes around in there and dribbles out at random.
The winter evenings must just fly by. You wouldn't be a loony by any chance, would you?
My dear sir, I'm shocked, nay, hurt at the insinuation.
Eh?
I am a victim of circumstance, nothing more.
That and the fact that he's barking mad.
Now, look, the young, the dark, the crab-wise.
Oh, no.
Tony's
We're
selling it.
off to see the wizard, the wonderful wizard of Ankh-Morpork.
Yep, that happened.
Who, me?
Remove stains while it disinfects, makes whites brighter than bright.
Look, I'm afraid I can't handle this right now.
Millennium hand and shrimp.
If you'll excuse me, I believe I'm needed somewhere else.
No scenery on June, really. All right, I guess we'll be aggressive with the Mad Troll. Seems like a bad idea, but...
Oh, now let me guess. You're a patient here, aren't you?
Oh no, I'm just here for background colour. Here, chuk 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 chuk. Dark they were, and golden their eyes. The bells, the bells.
Ah, jolly good. Carry on. This seems like a good cue to cease this whole silly conversation. Now, why is she dressed as a milkmaid?
Is that Ginger?
No, I can't seem to do that.
Okay, well,
Now, why is she... No,
nope.
that doesn't work.
If you're mad, you don't want to run around infecting everybody else.
That's possibly the most heinous woman I've ever seen in my life. Stunning how they managed to find these people.
Shut up, sit down. If you're mad, you...
Well,
Shut up, sit... If you're mad...
nope, can't do anything with the tomato. I thought maybe you throw the tomato at her. I don't know. What time is it? Oh, we're almost at the 2-hour mark. Good heavens. Well, let me see. I'm guessing you're a bit stymied at the moment for this. So let's explore around. Let's. Oh, man. Oh. Urchin and an Amazon warrior. Oh, there's gonna be some problematic dialogue coming up. I could just sense it. Or we can go down this alley here. Okay.
Gad, it's a...
Dunny
it's a...
King.
What is that thing? Nope, I can't show...
Oh boy.
An effluent redistribution technician.
Sony should do a remaster of this game, you know? It would be nice if they had the original voice recordings and could, remaster those, for sure. I'd love to see the original key art as well. But there is something charming about the pixel art, right? Okay, so we got some chickens. And then the Dunnyman.
Poultry power.
And a funnel.
That doesn't work. A bit, well, messy.
Alright, so you... Oh, spigot. There's a spigot.
That doesn't... Ick!
Alright, well, you can't do anything with the really gross machine for the moment. If you don't know, a Dunnyman is an emptier of cesspits. So that was unpleasant substances going in there. Meeting hall. Tax collector. Okay, well, let's talk to the urchin first. I'm trying to avoid the Amazon princess or Amazon warrior, because you know there's going to be some problems.
Ah, background colour. Gad, but there's no expense spared in this place.
Care to buy a money pouch, sir? Very good, Nick. Cost you 1 shilling.
No, I already have a money pouch, thank you.
Are you sure?
Stolen! The damn thing's been stolen!
Good thing I was at hand with a replacement then, innit, sir?
Wait a minute. This looks exactly like my money pouch.
You see, sir? You'll hardly even know your old pouch has gone. Better service for you.
Now look. Did you just steal this?
Don't look at me, sir. I'm just a lovable street urchin, I am.
Urchin?
Yeah, you know, one of them hard things that lives on seaside rocks. The ones that end in points.
It's a starfish, isn't it?
Is it? All right, sir. I'm a lovable street starfish, then.
Sounds a bit fishy to me.
I'm just keen to get you to shell out, Gov.
Oh. Yep.
Like
we're
a
reaching.
second pouch, sir, just as a reserve, so to speak, in case the worst should happen.
Look, if it's not too much to ask, how did you do that?
What? Give away a trade secret?
Tell me how you do it, or I'll turn your spleen into a tank of sea monkeys.
Oh, well, when you put it that way, Gov, look, it's easy. Just practice on those old guys over there and get your hand in.
Oh, yeah. Oh, what on earth is this? Bloomers. Well, that was unpleasant. The doorway? No, okay. Lovable Street Starfish. They actually changed the name of the character. That's pretty good.
You don't act like a...
Starfish.
More like a shark, I think.
I've done me apprenticeship, sir. I got me chit. Look, I challenge you to find a single bit of clean skin on me.
So why aren't you more cheerful then? Shouldn't you be out scrumping apples or stealing sticks from blind old men?
Well, normally I would, sir. It's just that I'm a little bit off my feed.
Well, it's not good enough. You may go. Just make sure you stay filthy, and I want you to be irrepressible by lunchtime. Look, shouldn't you be in school or something?
Nah, if you do that, you get your head stuffed with facts. One kid's head exploded doing that.
Oh, rubbish.
It's true.
Really?
Well, no, but there's no point being a lovable stereotype without the appropriate superstitions, now is there?
It's pretty good.
Is it a good life being a street urchin?
Starfish, sir?
All right. What's it like being a street starfish?
We're running
Well,
with the
it
gang.
has its moments, sir.
Such as?
Ah, well, none really. I only do it because the Chimney Sweep Guild's closed its doors. I mean, it's not even as if I have a real social role. All I do is stand round providing background colour, getting me cheeks pinched, and gathering all sorts of clandestine information, the sort that wandering adventurers eventually find useful. Not much of a life at all, really.
I don't want to be aggressive. I like the street starfish, but we gotta hear all the voice lines.
Can't stand there. Go and get downwind of me.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Right.
All right.
Well, don't be a stranger.
You know what?
Cheers.
I think we're gonna leave it here. Let me just save that out. Okay, that was pretty good. I will not play. I will only play this on stream. We will make this a continuing thing. I won't play this off stream. Although I will go through. I'll take this save game and I will go through back to the university and do all the dialogue we did before, just to make sure we're all caught up in case that's a thing. And here's a good old DOS directory for you. Yeah, it's pretty good. Well, this is all about the writing, right? You're not going to make a Discworld game without it being writing heavy. So it's real. They're doing a good job. I can see why this is a well thought of piece. Okay, anyway, that's going to be it for the stream today. Might do some more tomorrow. We'll see. And if there's always the VOD being saved in the usual places, PeerTube and YouTube. Thank you for joining me. And well, we're going to be doing some more stuff. I'm not sure when we're going to be doing Discworld again, but we'll figure it out. I'll post it. Stay tuned to all the socials. Pixelsandpuppets.com as usual. And have yourself a good day.